aka Derica. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me. Today we have our tiny home from our alphabet challenge tiny home edition series, and I am so excited to share this build with you guys. Like, it is the most elaborate of the builds that we've had so far, and I think I've shown quite a lot of growth in there. But anywho, before I continue on to bragging about how good I did, this house is on a 30 by 20 lot in Henford on Bagley, and it has one bedroom and one bathroom. There's also a lot of farming land and a couple of animals to take care of on the lot. So my prompt for E was England, so I was inspired to do like my take on an English country cottage. So I really hope that comes off well into this speed build. As you all can see, I have gotten quite a nicely shaped E, and I am just working on the floor plan and just laying out a couple of pieces so that I can keep track of where everything should go in the end, because sometimes you can lay out a floor plan and completely forget what you intended for things to go. We are working on the exterior. I use like a light, like a beige stone that comes with the Cottage Living stuff pack, and I used a lot of Cottage Living, and I used a lot of Horse Ranch, which is a pack that I just got because it was finally on sale. So I don't know anything about gameplay for Horse Ranch, but the build by stuff is really cool. I really do like what we got there. And this roof was very different for me. I've been kind of like feeling like sometimes I'll lay out a roofing and it's just like so simple and boring. So I was very happy that I was able to get something a little bit more elaborate of a shape, I guess. But yes, this I went with like a black roofing, kind of like almost like a thatched look, and a black trim. So at first I was kind of feeling like I might have like gone like too heavy on the black. I was a little bit overwhelmed at first, especially when you get into like the front patio area that we have, where I used just half walls and just painted them black. So there was a lot of black there, but I think it worked out, especially with the going with like such a light of a stone as I did. So I do believe we are just about done with the exterior part of the house. I put these Cottage Living columns in there, and I did use the tool mod a little bit to kind of bring them outside of the house, because some areas that I put them in, they showed on the interior of the home too, and I just did not like that. For the patio area, I did use one of the newer terrain paints that we got with our big base game update. I do believe that I used that same terrain paint in my artist studio home build. So if you guys have not seen that build yet, I will link it in the description for you guys to check it out. But this patio area I really liked. It's very simple. I just placed a bistro table and like 2 chairs, and I kind of put the chairs in a way where they weren't connected to the table, because I will kind of want to force the Sims to sit inside when it comes to eating. But we are finally inside of the house. I decided to keep the Cottage Living countertops and cabinets that I initially placed. I did add in the kitchen sink that comes, or the sink that comes with the Cottage Living stuff pack. Like, I just love the colors in that pack. Like, I think everything in that pack kind of just speaks to my old soul. So I use the green, like flowery wallpaper all around the house. I did use tile in the bathroom, and like a little bit of tile on the backsplash for the kitchen, but for the most part there's a lot of green oranges, like yellows, a lot of pattern detail in here, a lot of old trinkets, old artworks. for the sim that lives here. And speaking of my sim that lives here, I actually created sims this time. Usually I don't, sometimes I do, but anyway, I had created Miss Polly Walters. She's an elder. She really loves farming. Her aspiration is country caretaker. So she loves her animals and her big old gigantic garden that she does not have any help for. She doesn't hire ranch hands. She doesn't hire gardeners. It's just her and her little puppy. I did have her have a puppy, but there is not a full bathtub. So if you do have a dog in this home, you'll have to add a tub. I did initially like kind of want to add like a little tub area, but I noticed that when you play with, the walls like half up, um, I feel like it was like a little bit too cluttered for where I was trying to put it. But I do think there are some creative ways that a tub can be added in. But anyway, we have done the kitchen, we've done the bedroom, and now we are working on our little entryway. Most of the things here on the entryway are just horse ranch. I did add the little painting that we got with I don't know what the nursery kit is called. Maybe it's just called a nursery kit, but either way, I added a little painting of the kids just to kind of give the idea that she had some grandkids. I do think I put something from Everyday Clutter there, but it ended up like going away, so I don't think I replaced it. But the entryway was very simple. As far as like activities and skills on the lot, I did get the guitar. I got a cross stitching box. I got, of course, the gardening, and I think that's it. I didn't get a computer in there, but there is a bookshelf and everything like that. So the basics, like Miss Polly is like, if she wanted to be off the grid, she could. Okay, she has her fireplace and she has her I think the cottage living stuff can be qualify for like as off the grid items. But anywho, we are on into the living room. I think the living room is my favorite space for the interior of the home. I used the wall lights from the bistro kit. I really like that gold and how, like the kind of yellow of the lighting like really played well in the living room. And all around the house I did put those wall scones up a lot, but I did also put in the saucer lighting just because those saucer lights are so basic, but they have the best light. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. I have to put those in every single build. But I am working on the living room area. I did end up putting a coffee table in here, but when I went to play test, it did not work well, so I had to take that out and change up the living room a bit there. And I do admit that I did get a little bit carried away when I was changing up the things in the living room, so I'm gonna do a tour with you guys because I changed a lot and we just should look at it together. But anyway, we are finally on to the exterior and working on the items that I added out here. So we do have our chicken coop. I did put in 3 chickens, and we have our llama shed. I did add in a llama already. And as far as the planting, I did go through everything as well. So when you get onto this lot, everything will be populated and in a healthy state. So I think I just really like putting all that effort into playtesting because I just really don't want to put a build out that does not work. So if you guys do ever download something from me and there is something not quite right, let me know. I will adjust the build in a hot second. But anyway, we are adding on some landscaping. I use the assorted wildflowers, and I use like the orange swatch in the game when I took like screenshots and did like the little intro shots that you guys saw at the beginning. It was actually spring, so everything is not as bright and stuff there, but in the Managed Worlds build world, you get to see all the bright and fun colors that I was able to add in. I did do a lot of the I did cut out a lot of the terrain painting that I did because I just think Like I was just like overthinking it, like I just kept going over and over and over, but I ended up doing a lot of like pebbles, a lot of different dirt, and then I eventually added those like little walk pavers from Debug. So that was something that I did differently here in this speed build. Like, well, not only did I like do a lot more, put a lot more into the homes than to this home than I usually do, but I also used a lot of debug items. I kind of saw it as like practice because I am working on a much larger fall build that I do think you guys are going to be really excited about it. I got a suggestion to do a fall build in my comments, so I'm excited about that. But anyway, I just saw all the debug exploration and stuff here in this build as like a little practice for me, because I really do want to make my fall build like pretty elaborate. So that will be like the first themed build that I've done on the channel. I'm thinking about doing a Halloween theme one too, but one at a time. I don't want to get overwhelmed and just not accomplish anything. But anywho, I think things are coming together quite well. I did kind of talk through me building that little stall, which I just used half walls, and I sized up a shelf, threw a little tiny roof piece on it, and then I believe I used the trim for rent just to make it look a little bit interesting. And then I added Patchy out there into our garden. I did not talk to Patchy, so I did not have the friendship up enough for Patchy to come out and help with the garden, but I don't think Patchy counts as hired help. That is supernatural help that Miss Polly does not tell anyone about, because they think she was crazy if she said her scarecrow talks to her. But anyway, you guys can see me finally adding in the back pavers here. I do also add in some fencing. I used the other fence from the Cottage living patch, because I did use the other one around the chicken coop and around the garden, but I thought that like added just a little, like a nice touch to the backyard here. And I do believe that the speed build is just about to end, so we'll get through this and we'll do a tour together, because like I said, I added a lot more things, and if you don't want to stick around for the tour, there will be screenshots for you. Okay, here we are in game. It is a nice spring day, and Miss Polly and the little pup are running around, so let's go ahead and take a look inside the build. This is our nice, very cute and simple entryway. I did lose one of my items here, but it's fine. It's just everyday clutter stuff. But anyway, that's our little entryway, which is mostly horse ranch pieces. Here we are into our very simple bedroom. Like, Miss Polly doesn't spend too much time here. She's always grinding in the garden. She's always out with the animals. Like, if anything, she is like sleeping on the couch with her little pup. So anywho, down the hall here we go is our very adorable kitchen situation. I love how it is just running right along down here. Like, hello, this is so cute. I did add this little shelf situation with the bunny, and I changed this curtain here. I believe this curtain is from the bistro kit. Here is our little kitchen. Miss Polly is coming in. I don't know what she's going to do. Oh, she's going to cook. Hey girl, enjoy. She just reminded me to look down this hallway. This little hallway, it's not, I guess it's not really a hallway, but it takes you into the bathroom. But I did add a mirror and those bookshelves here, and we can actually go ahead and check out the bathroom. I think that with this strange shape that we have for the bathroom, that things worked out very good. On into the living room, we do have our new layout. I added the little puppy bed and the gramophone and just a base game counter to use as like the little coffee table. But yes, I did also make changes onto this wall here, just because the initial paintings that I put in didn't work well on the curved walls. Like, the curved walls are tricky. Like, some everything doesn't work on the curved walls as far as decor goes. But anywho, this is our little corner sofa. This is probably my most favorite section here to sit. Just imagine sitting in front of this little fireplace with your little fancy pattern cover over it, you know, like I think this would be a really great space to hang out in. But anywho, that is the interior. We can go outside and just see what the llama is doing. The llama is my favorite in-game animal. Like when they bite you and spit on you, like it's cruel, but why were you in their face to begin with? You know, ask yourself proper questions. But anyways, thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this build. There are screenshots coming up, so stick around for the screenshots if you'd like. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.